How would you like to unleash your passion to paint again with hands-on instant colour with beautiful acrylic inks on Yupo paper? Just experiment and watch the vibrant colours flow. This is just about relaxing and having fun, and I'm going to do it the easy way today. Oil pastel, which resists paint, just part way around the shell, and I may paint both shells, I may not. I just really want to just get an idea of the lovely colours of acrylic inks. So to start with, I'm going to use Pastel Pan, which is basically soft pastel in there. It looks a bit like a eye makeup, but it's compressed in there and it's extra vibrant colour. So I'm going to just do a background. This is all very random and just experimenting, but it helps one loosen up and is a great exercise. So that's my background, and then I'm going to put some acrylic ink. Oops, this is Venetian pink, this one. You could use whatever colour you like, really. So I'm just going to drop in some acrylic ink and then perhaps add some trigger spray and then tilt the board. Yeah, see what happens. And I think now I'm going to add some trigger spray and let it flow. Doesn't matter where it goes, we can go over things afterwards with other media, with pastels or, well, we're just going to see now. Doesn't matter if it runs outside the shell. It's just about watching the colours run and seeing what shapes we can get from them. We could also, if you're not happy with anything, like if you don't want that acrylic ink running off, you can wipe it with some kitchen roll. I'm actually going to leave it just for now and see what happens. I'm going to add some lovely, this is Sanguine. The beauty of this Yupo paper, it doesn't absorb, it just lays on the top, which enables you to wipe the acrylic inks off. As long as they're wet and not dry, then you're doing okay. But once they're dry, you won't be able to, but you can still add media on the top. I think what I'm going to do is use some, you could use cling film, you could use kitchen roll. I'm going to just use a bit of kitchen roll and do a bit of sponging. so you can sponge with it and make all sorts of really great effects, just to hopefully whet your appetite. To have a go. That's what I'd like to do today, to lay the board flat now. Hopefully I'm doing that for you. You could just do one shell, or you can, I'm going to add some more oil pastel, but you could add Inktense blocks are very good, or Inktense pencil. I find the pastel pencils don't tend to work so well as the Inktense pencils, so you could add some texture. Thinking what to do, it's such fun this. You can add cotton buds, so I could bring the acrylic ink round more. Quite like the effects I'm getting. And then I like looking at this shell. I quite like the, that way around, the ring around. But if I add it now, then it'll all run into each other. So what I might do is let that dry and then go into it again. As you can see, the cotton buds are quite useful, but there's so many different things you could do. So I'll let that dry and come back to it. Now that it's dry, I'm just taking stock. Although it's only an experiment, I quite like the way that it's turning out, but I want to add some darker tones. So I'm going to use some Pastel Pan. Use this smaller sponge just to put some shadow areas in. I think I need a bit of shadow around there. Also, this will emphasize the shell, make it pop out. So this is a great technique to use pastels and other media once the ink has dried, or you could go on with ink again. But I just want to finish it now with these little strokes of pan pastel, just to finish off. A bit of shadow over here. The good thing is about these is that you can't do detail, and that's the thing I love about this method, is that you can't really well, you can use a brush, but this is about not using a brush and just having fun experimenting, really. Excuse me, and seeing what's going to happen. little bit more sanguine for the very dark tones. I do quite like the way the shells have got these rings around, so I'm going to make the most of that, and rings on this little sort of shell, so just randomly just suggest some darks and then bring that around. Like that. And I hope I've inspired you to have a go at shells on Yupo paper with acrylic inks and pastel pans, with oil pastel and intense pencil, or whatever you find works for you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to enable more videos to come. See you next time. Dotted along the shoreline are the homes of various sea life in an assortment of beautiful shells. On the shores of Guernsey, I learned a little about pearl making. It takes an extraordinarily long time and is caused by grit getting into the oyster shell, causing it ultimately to produce a beautiful pearl. Strange to think that the pearl comes about by an irritant, yet it is a treasured jewel. I find it comforting that out of our heartaches can come something far more amazing than anything we could ever think of.